Bulletcast for life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bulletcast, only sports recreational podcast that is simply just too sweet. I'm the Podfather, enjoying my 103rd day reign as Bulletcast Predictions Champion, and welcome to the 17th sports recreational podcast that is simply just awe-inspiring. Global nominations all over the world: Thailand, Japan, Abu Dhabi, Shanghai, New York, New Orleans, New Hampshire. We're making some waves. I'm joined by...
Except for Canada, we don't care about them.
All right, I'm joined by Mex Mendoza.
Hello.
And the Canadian Destroyer, Brandon.
Hello. Well, you said you were the 103-day reigning champion, but if we go back to last week's episode, you chickened out of defending it for Backlash, and we did our predictions, and if you check the tape, I got the most predictions right that time. Because Roman Reigns always has to look strong. Always got to put your boy over. So this right here should be mine, but, you know, it's okay.
You sound like Roman right now.
Should be mine.
All right, episode 67, Money in the Bank qualifying time, and I thought I'd do something a little different. So, Money in the Bank, the championship will be on the line, but something else will also. Whoever gets the second most predictions right will get this, the Money in the Bank briefcase, and they can cash this in any pay-per-view, New Japan, WWE, Ring of Honor.
Any show,
any wrestling show. It could be SummerSlam, it could be Dominion, it could be Sacrifice, it could be Final Battle.
Technically,
NBA Finals.
Dominion happens before.
Okay. I'm sorry. I really don't care about New Japan. But ladies and gentlemen, the point is, for up to 1 year, they can cash this in. It's going to be a good time. If Shimmer, the all-women's wrestling promotion, is having an event and you want to cash it in for that, you can go ahead and do it.
What's inside here?
A contract.
What are you doing? It's time to talk about professional wrestling.
I want to see what's inside. Maybe
All
I
right.
want to win this instead of over that.
Let's get that performance-enhancing audio. So, possible third Money in the Bank ladder match is being rumored. We're going to have one for the men, we're going to have one for the women, possibly one for the tag teams. Is that too much, or is it not enough?
It's way too much.
Sounds like the X Division. No, which one's that TNA thing where they have like briefcases in each pool?
That's
Feast or Fired.
That's Feast or Fired.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Wow.
That
sounds like Great Balls of Fire to me.
That makes no sense, but
It's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad title.
You know, tag teams, there's not that many tag teams that actually matter. I mean, every tag team is going to get their title shot eventually. I mean, it's kind of the same thing for Money in the Bank if you think about it, because usually a top person wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, and eventually they would get the title, a title shot. But I think having 3 Money in the Bank briefcases floating around there just kind of devalues.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, I look at it like this. I love Money in the Bank. It's my favorite match. The one for the men, that's always happened. I'm cool with the women. Women should have the equal rights as the men. I'm cool with that. The tag teams, I don't think it needs to happen. I really don't. That's way too much. It's like all the Hell in a Cell matches that happen at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Like we're devaluing like special match stipulations. I don't need to see it.
I think differently. I think it just adds more fire to the flame, you know?
That's the Vince McMahon thinking. More means more.
Yeah, you're more like Vince than you think, buddy.
Who cares? I mean, great minds think alike.
Okay.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say? Come on.
WWE uses TNA footage. There was a special table for 3. The Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, the prodigal son Shane McMahon, and the phenomenal one WWE champion AJ Styles all sat down, and they were talking quite a bit about their interactions with each other, and we got to see some TNA footage used on the WWE network. And then, you know, WWE, they give a special shout out to TNA saying where we can find their archive. So is this a big step forward in the direction of WWE acknowledging other promotions?
Not really. I think they just bought old footage, archives from like...
They didn't buy it. They didn't buy the footage.
I'm pretty sure they did. I heard they're trying to buy Ring of Honor stuff like that.
Yeah, that happened. That was like a rumor like a year ago.
Yeah, so I can see
Impact worked out a deal with them to where they could use it for this specific occasion.
Oh, just for
anyways, I think they should buy at least the rights to it. You know, give TNA or Impact Wrestling some little extra money, and especially now with the influx of TNA wrestlers that have come in, Bobby Roode, Kurt Angle,
Eric Young,
AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. I mean, you can't really tell their career and have show their best matches ever, except because a lot of their
Austin
matches.
Creed.
Austin Creed, yeah, that's
Oh, yeah,
true.
'cause that's-
T.J. Perkins was suicide over there.
Oh yes.
Because, I mean,
Exactly.
you really look at it, like, WWE, they're thinking, like, when they had the hold on the wrestling world, like, AJ Styles, he was a guy, he was born, went through his life, got trained, had some matches on the indies for years, finally made it to WWE. That's the story they could have told. But we're in such a different time now, like, they can't insult our intelligence, you know, like, we know he was in TNA for over a decade, we know what he did in New Japan was amazing. So, I mean, this is a huge step forward for WWE, acknowledging other promotions like that, because, you know, for a long time they wouldn't do stuff like that, especially like when Jericho debuted back in '99. All right, he got trained, he made it to WWE. They didn't acknowledge ECW, they didn't acknowledge WCW. So this is a major step forward for Vince and the company.
Yeah, I mean, I think all the companies should acknowledge all the other companies because we're not stupid. We live in
Yeah.
the internet age. We all know who
Internet.
everybody is.
The internet keeps us connected.
Apparently, Vince's number one goal is not to insult our intelligence, but we're going to get into that later. All right, Brandy Rhodes, she suffers an injury. She breaks a bone in 2 places. She has had 2 wrestling matches with it, and she says she's stronger than ever. Mrs. Rhodes, I hope you get well. All right, Eli Drake, one of my favorites. Is he WWE bound? He really became a breakout guy in 2016 with his Fact of Life. While Jericho was doing the whole list thing in WWE, that dummy sound effect you've heard me play on the pod, that was him. I've met the guy. He's a great guy, really nice. The guy's talented. He can go in the ring. I'd like to see him in WWE and NXT, see what he can do. See him in that North American title picture.
Me personally, I'm not a big fan of Eli Drake. I just think he's kind of annoying, and he doesn't really perform. He hasn't really blown me away in the ring. I mean, I like EC3 better myself. So, I mean, if you put them both in NXT, I think they kind of overlap each other a little bit because they kind of have the same cocky, arrogant gimmick. And I think EC3 is a better all-around performer than Eli Drake is.
You can have a feud. I mean, that's all I can think of right now until one of them gets called up to the main roster.
We'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been rumored for a very long time, and it's basically been confirmed.
Well, it hasn't been confirmed.
I mean,
he's doing a signing.
He's doing a signing the day before the All In show.
Anyways,
So,
talk about it.
I mean, it's basically confirmed, you know. CM Punk, the Second City Saint, will be doing a signing. I think it's at Hot Topic.
No, it's at the Pro Wrestling Tea Store.
Oh, the Pro Wrestling Tea Store. My bad.
Get your facts straight, Philip.
It's been a long day. I had to deal with this guy this morning. All right, so CM Punk, he will be doing a signing at the Pro Wrestling Tea Store the day before the All In show, and I mean, he'll do something at the show.
Or do you mean Barry the Bear is going to do something?
Bernard or whatever.
No, wait, you're right.
Whatever
Bernard.
his name is.
Bernard the Business Bear.
Yes, exactly.
He's going to be at Pro Wrestling Tees signing autographs.
Yeah, I mean, this will be his first. If he does show up at the All In show, it will be his first wrestling affiliated appearance in a ring after his departure from WWE 4 years ago.
And the UFC after
But
his
this isn't
second
the first
match.
signing he's ever done. He's done comic conventions before.
So
it's not like, I don't understand why it's such a big deal. Like, he's with Pro Wrestling Tees. He has done signings and done conventions before. So, I mean, yeah, it's the weekend of All In, which does raise some eyebrows, but this doesn't confirm that he's going to, like, wrestle again.
Maybe.
I said an appearance, you know, but I'd love to see him wrestle again, of course. But yeah, CM Punk, he's got a lot of stuff coming up, especially in the next coming weeks. You know, his second UFC fight is happening, and then the week after that, Money in the Bank returns to where the Punk takeoff really happened in Chicago when he beat Cena for that title and walked out of the company with it. So we'll see how much CM Punk news is going to be around in the next coming weeks. All right, this day in wrestling, WWE announces that their move to Full Sail for NXT back in, 2014. Daniel Bryan vacates the Intercontinental Championship on this day in 2015. Billy Kidman is 44. Bobby Roode is 41. Have a glorious birthday. And on this day in 1989, Stone Cold Steve Austin had his very first wrestling match down at the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas.
My man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Broken Skull Ranch.
All that.
Coincidence?
Happy pro wrestling debut anniversary.
Bobby
Steve
Roode
Austin.
is 3 years younger than Billy Kidman. I know Billy Kidman was young when he started wrestling, but jeez.
I know.
Bobby Roode is old.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd be that old. I thought he was like 36 at.
No, I
at
knew he
most.
was in his 40s, but I mean,
He was in
they
that
need to start
era.
doing something with Bobby Roode when you get into it a little later. But I mean,
Oh yeah. All right, Raw recap. So Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist, cuts a promo talking about Money in the Bank. We got some qualifying matches going down, and one of them happens kind of right after the promo. My boy LeBron Strowman faces Kevin Owens and does that shoulder tackle thing outside of the ring for like the gazillionth time. Anyway, Strowman. Yeah. Anyway, Strowman goes over KO and he qualifies for Money in the Bank.
Kevin Owens had a phenomenal performance in this match.
He really did.
He made Braun Strowman look like $1 million. When he took those shoulder tackles,
He did a moonsault.
he was selling like nobody else's business. Like, Kevin Owens is great. I mean, I would love to see a babyface turn for Kevin Owens eventually. I mean, they kind of teased the dissension between Sami and Kevin, but I mean, we've seen with Bayley and Sasha where they do that, and it just doesn't lead to anything.
Drags out, yeah.
Nothing happens.
I mean, I'd love to see Kevin Owens running around with this, because he's like the greatest troll ever. So him with the briefcase would it'd be hilarious. It'd be amazing.
I honestly think he was overselling.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, like kind of like Hogan for Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam.
It wasn't
other
on,
way around.
It wasn't on that level.
Was it?
It was
a moonsault after for shoulder tackle.
It's a 300 something pound dude running at you full speed.
Yeah, I mean,
the guy could do a drop kick though.
I mean, how many times have we seen people do moonsaults off of clotheslines? People do that all the time.
Yeah, Rikishi did it.
You're right. It happens a lot in New Japan sometimes.
Exactly. All right. So after that, we have a Roman segment. Thoughts?
Of course. Oh, with his backstage interview with Tom Phillips.
Yes.
Roman Reigns came across as a D-bag once again. Something he does very often.
He's always been one.
Exactly, and this just confirms that he should not be a babyface, because even when he's just talking, he comes off as an arrogant...
Heel turn after Money in the Bank?
I
will believe it when I see it.
I have some thoughts about that. We're going to get into it. All right, Baron Corbin and the Revival go on to defeat No Way Jose and Titus World Slide.
That's the thing now?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not see this part of Raw.
When something cool happens in WWE, they run it into the ground.
Exactly.
It's a damn shame.
I did see a live event clip with Kurt Hawkins just falling down.
Sliding, yeah.
Yeah, sliding, and Titus just clapping. And I was like, all right.
I saw something on Twitter, and a kid tweeted, the next time wrestlers should try to get a weapon from under the ring, they should pull out Titus O'Neil.
But
I know, right?
That's a knee slapper.
All right.
I can't. I got a decimal for me.
Well, after that, we have a woman's Money in the Bank qualifying match. Ember Moon, Ruby Riott, and my girl Sasha Banks. Moon goes over.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this match. I thought this might have been the best match of the show.
Yeah, I was very excited. I was like, all right, Ember, let's go. Doing it for the culture, yeah.
Did you just do the Wakanda thing?
Yes.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. You watch Avengers?
No.
No. I saw Black Panther after the Avengers, so I don't know.
Anyways, I think Ember Moon makes a lot of sense. She's a new talent. Have her win. Was it Sasha Banks and Ruby Riott? I mean, I would like to see Sasha in the Money in the Bank match, but...
Yes.
I mean, been there... Well, she hasn't even been in one because the other one was a SmackDown one. So,
yeah, exactly.
So a lot of the Raw wrestlers haven't even been in this type of match before.
Yeah, I mean, they usually do the thing where, like, people, like, lose their first opportunity but get a second one and usually go on. So that might happen. I don't know. We'll see. All right, Jinder Mahal, the modern-day Maharaja, goes on to defeat Chad Gable.
I mean,
who?
They had a sort of a nice build-up with their backstage segment. Was it 2 weeks ago when they had their match?
Yeah.
And then just all of a sudden, Chad Gable loses to Jinder Mahal, and I mean, we kind of understood why, because at the end of the show, we're gonna get the feud we've all been waiting for.
Didn't this happen in SmackDown like months ago?
It happened on Raw 2 weeks ago when Jinder Mahal cracked a mini-me joke about 2 days after he died.
Yes.
Well,
watch the product, sir.
Yeah.
Well,
can't come on a wrestling podcast if you don't watch the product.
No, I'm saying Chad Gable versus Mahal. Didn't it happen like in SmackDown months ago though? That's all I was trying to get at.
It happened on Raw 2 weeks ago.
And it happened 2 weeks ago too.
Like,
give us something new.
I like to live in the present. But I thought they were...
You're gonna have SmackDown guys come to Raw and perform at Raw.
I'm really high on Chad Gable. So when they had the feud and he beat Jinder Mahal the first, like, okay, maybe they're going to do something with him. And then Jinder Mahal beats him again, and it's just 50-50 booking at its worst. And then Jinder Mahal beats him down. I was like, okay, we're going to get the Jason Jordan run, and we're going to get American Alpha back together. Nope. He gets beat down, and just nothing happens.
Yeah. It's a shame. Nicholas grew up to be Chad Gable. All right, moving on. Drew McIntyre and my boy Dolph Ziggler go on to defeat Slater and Rhino.
I think Dolph Ziggler is dragging down Drew McIntyre.
I don't know about all that.
I mean, he came back. I mean, what they haven't really doing anything lately. They've had their little cell phone.
Pick it up.
Had their cell phone promos. I mean, they haven't really done anything.
Yeah,
they haven't that finisher.
I mean, the finisher's nice. They haven't really done anything. When the Superstar Shakeup, you know, McIntyre comes out, I'm like, oh my god, my boy Ziggler has his diesel. We're about to get things rolling, and then you know we just haven't really done nothing.
I'm over Dolph Ziggler at this point.
I'm still holding on hope.
I'm
still holding on hope.
But now I'm kind of like
when he cashed this bad boy in, I'm still holding on.
That was like 5 years ago. 5 years ago.
It still holds a special place in my heart. All right.
I have a plaque. You want the plaque?
I do want the plaque. I'll give you $50 for it.
$100.
All right, I don't know about all that.
Off the air, we'll talk about it.
All right, moving on. My boy Bobby Roode goes on to defeat Elias, who I walk with, by the way. WWE stands for?
Walking with Elias.
Thank you.
Walk with Elias.
Oh, yeah. All right, so guys, thoughts on this match? Thoughts on this little program that they got going on?
More 50-50 booking that we've always come to know and love for WWE. And then Bobby Roode cuts a promo afterwards. And once again, his whole gimmick is that he says glorious. And he built up to him saying glorious, and it was just so dumb.
Maybe he's having a glorious birthday today.
It's like, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. It's glorious. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, I don't...
Not funny.
Didn't like that DDT?
Not funny. At all.
I'm not, like, I'm over the glorious thing. Like, if I'm at the event and he's there and I'll sing the song, yeah, of course, it's a good song, but, like, I'm over the whole glorious thing. Like, when Rude was in TNA, there were so many different levels to his heel persona, or face persona, so, like, something needs to change, you know?
Wait, if he goes heel, will you get the same treatment as Nakamura who switched his theme song?
I think you have to.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Would it be like more metal?
I think I've heard.
No instrumental.
No,
kind of way?
he had a badass instrumental in TNA, and I loved it. I think I've heard
TNA, bro. This is WWE walking with Elias.
Once again,
all day, every day.
I think the comparison of Nakamura and Bobby Roode can be good because I think Nakamura kind of was just cashing in the paycheck, kind of not taking everything very seriously. Bobby Roode, I mean, it's probably not all his fault. Just the writing and the storylines he's been given have been kind of terrible, or his whole gimmick is glorious. I mean, down in NXT, it kind of meant for something. He was an arrogant rich guy. So,
yeah.
But this, he
was a modern day Flair. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, he wears the robe, and he comes out, and he, goes a little turnstile, walks down, says glorious, and we've seen it 1,000 times, and I don't want to see it again.
Yes. All right, well, after that, my boy, Monday Night Rollins, cuts a promo. He talks about how he's a fighting champion, and he's willing to give an open challenge to anybody. And who comes out? Monday Night Raleigh. Mojo Rawley comes out, says he's going to turn the place into Monday Night Raleigh, so they have a match for the Intercontinental Championship. It's alright.
Yeah, a little throwback to the U.S. Open Challenge. I think if Seth Rollins continues to do this IC Open Challenge, I think it's a good thing. I mean, Seth's on
fire right now.
I've said this like almost every week. Seth might be my favorite wrestler going right now in WWE. He's getting monster pops. You know, the Burn It Down thing was a great addition to his theme song because it just adds something that the crowd can go along with.
Could he be in the conversation of one of the greatest of all time?
No.
Later.
Not right now.
Not right now. I'm saying.
Yeah, after catching this at Mania.
Later down the road.
I mean, possibly. He's still pretty young. Talk to me in 5 years. If we're still doing this thing, talk to me in 5 years and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he should be the #1 person in the company.
Oh, of course. There's always that conversation like who's the next HBK. I've said, you know, AJ, he's at that upper echelon right now where he's that guy, but then Seth, he puts on performances like in that gauntlet match where I'm like, oh my goodness.
Seth Rollins does not need to be compared to anybody at this point. After all he's done, he's his own person.
I mean, I think Seth Rollins is like the best of all the different worlds. He's the indie star. He's tall. He's a little small. He's not as buff as Roman.
He can have great matches in this restricted style. Like Seth is doing it, man.
He can talk. I mean, I don't know exactly how he stacks up to the other people in the company, but you know, he's an okay looking guy. He's not Roman or anything like that.
You know, he's not the big dog. You know, it gave Miz probably the best match of his career. I mean, it was better than that Dolph Ziggler No Mercy match. Like that match was phenomenal.
I mean,
I
still like that match because I was there.
I mean,
I have a soft spot in my heart for that match.
Oh, okay. You have a soft spot for Dolph Ziggler in your heart?
Yeah.
How about the House of Horrors?
That has nothing
that
to
one
do
can
with
go
what we're
burn
talking
in.
about.
It was a No Mercy though. No, it was not a No Mercy. That was my bad. It
was at Dominion, bro.
It was at Dominion.
All right, moving on.
Dotaku.
Hardy and Wyatt go on to defeat Axel and Dallas.
I like Axel and Dallas. I think they're a good jobber Tag team, they can go off and maybe do some singles stuff. But I think they're just, they're fun. They're comedy. I mean, I didn't expect them to get much of a push coming after The Miz. And
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably exactly where they land. They're kind of like the tag team version of Kurt Hawkins at this point. They're funny. They lose. It's entertaining. So what?
I thought the Ascension was that. The job.
Ascension?
Ascension? Whatever. How you ever...
Ascension.
But
Ascension.
the Ascension are not entertaining. They're not.
The
Weren't
Ascension
they with the
smokes...
Fashion Police? I thought they were a little bit funny.
The Ascension likes to vape with homeless people. I'm not going to tell you which one, but, Moving on from that, the main
He's a
event...
giving person.
The main event from of that... A
We
triple...
against homeless people.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from either, but...
Listen to...
Don't believe everything you see on the internet.
I don't... Hey. I have sources. Alright, let's get into the main event of Monday Night Raw. A
Lens.
qualifying match for this. A triple threat. My boy Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, and the big dog.
The big dog.
Roman Reigns. The right guy won this. Shout out Finn Balor. He qualifies for Money in the Bank. I'm excited. I didn't think he was going to go anywhere, really. He wasn't on Backlash. And then they pulled this one out, and I'm like, all right, yeah. That's nice.
Is that your pick to win the Money in the Bank?
No, my pick is somebody who qualified on SmackDown. All right, thoughts on this whole little sequence?
Possibly the biggest pop of the night is when the number one babyface in the company is getting beat down by two people, getting a mud hole stomped in him, and the crowd went crazy. And I mean, if that doesn't open up Vince's eyes to, but then they always go it's the New York market, their bizarro world, he wants to believe, the Midwest house show crowd is the real crowd, and then like the SummerSlam, the Royal Rumbles, WrestleMania crowds, they're just the outliers, even though they're the people who spend the most money and will, put more money in your pocket.
So you're saying the New York crowd is not the main target audience?
I think Vince just wants to believe what he wants to believe. So if, Seth Rollins got a monster pop, he'd be like, oh, he's an indie guy, that's why they like him.
Yeah. Well, it looks like where they're going with this, Jinder Mahal cost Roman Reigns this match, so we're getting the big dog versus the Maharaja, apparently.
We've all been waiting for. And is this going to main event Money in the Bank?
No.
Are you sure? Are you
I
sure?
hope so. It main evented Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns over the
yeah,
WWE title.
I wasn't happy.
Which was why I should have won this.
I wasn't
by the
happy
way,
with
'cause
that
I got that
either.
prediction right.
I wasn't happy with that either.
I mean, people were trying to beat traffic. They left early the stadium. That's what I heard. My sources.
Meltzer?
No, I don't listen to Meltzer. He got the whole Booker T versus Cody Graves, right?
All right.
Whatever his name
So-
is, Graves.
Basically, the whole thing with Roman and Jinder, they've kind of booked themselves into a conundrum right here. I mean, nobody's gonna cheer Jinder, nobody's gonna cheer Roman. So like, what's gonna happen?
Is this
Especially
a
if
heel
it's in
versus a
Chicago.
heel thing?
If they put that match on in
Oh,
Chicago, it's gonna be a
They're
cluster.
gonna tear them. You're gonna hear loudest CM Punk chants you've ever heard. Honestly, my thing, they could have those. When's Money in the Bank? Like 5 weeks away.
Yeah, it's a good month away.
Yeah, so they
June
could.
17th, I believe.
Yeah, so they can have a feud play out on Raw, and then Jinder versus Roman. Whoever wins out of that goes on to qualify for Money in the Bank. Honestly, I'd have Roman win Money in the Bank, and then let's say hold.
You're like all SmackDown guys.
Yeah.
My pick to win.
I mean that's my realistic pick, but I'm looking at it like fantasy booking. I'm booking the damn territory right now. I'm looking at it. Let's say Roman wins
You're
Money.
gonna run it into the ground.
Let's say Roman wins Money in the Bank. All right.
Just like Vince.
And then Vince didn't run nothing in the ground. How dare you?
He
All
ran Backlash to the ground by the booking.
Worst pay-per-view ever. I listened to
No,
your,
it's not.
I listened to your post.
It's not the
your
worst pay-per-view ever.
I listened to your instant analysis. You guys were way too easy on Backlash. Backlash was a terrible show.
Bro, I gave Roman Joe
Where
a
can
B.
they listen to this instant analysis?
You can listen to it on the Bulletcast feed, right where you listen to this one.
All right, so
Probably on the YouTube channel too, at the Bulletcast.
back to the booking. Roman wins Money in the Bank. We have a true baby face, probably like Finn Balor finally gets his just due, finally gets the Universal title back, and Roman cashes in on him. Gets that real heel heat. And then the night after, or whatever, cuts a promo saying, I've done it all for you people. I'm not doing it for you anymore.
I fantasy booked Roman Reigns in my head turning heel multiple, if not dozens of times. It hasn't worked out. It's not working out now, so just give up. Just stop while you're ahead, because it ain't going to happen.
I mean, I like Roman regardless.
Do you guys think if they book this as a pre-show match,
Roman's not going on the pre-show.
or Jinder, I know that for sure. But
That doesn't
if
make
you think the
sense.
audience is gonna boo the crap out of them,
Yeah, they're gonna get booed
I
regardless.
think no matter where you put it, opening match in the middle,
or
main
at the
event,
end, they're gonna get booed.
it's going to be... I mean,
just
I
do
think...
a Kalisto versus Ryback kind of thing. Don't let the people in and let them have a match.
Okay, those are jobbers. That's completely different.
I think maybe the best part, if this is going to be on Money in the Bank, the best part is maybe like midway, maybe early middle, just so like the crowd kind of is like, okay, you know, Roman's on the main event, but we still hate you guys, so they have enough energy to boo the crap out of them, but they're not going to, you know, give it everything they got if it's like the main event. So, if they're smart, which they're probably not, but hopefully it comes after like a stellar women's Money in the Bank match or something.
I feel like it's gonna be the tag. If they do 3 Money in the Banks, they're gonna have the tag one open up. Midway, it's probably the women's, and then the men's in the end. Or they can do like last year, the women's ended the whole show.
With the man winning the whole thing. It happened.
Shout out James Ellsworth. All right, SmackDown recap. Paige cuts a promo.
What did she say? I kind of forgot.
She just, we're getting stuff set up for Money in the Bank, yada, yada, yada.
Rusev Day.
A fan did a very inappropriate thing behind her while she was cutting this promo, I might add. I don't want to get into it. You can find the clip on Twitter or YouTube. All right, moving on. So we get The Miz versus Jeff Hardy. Quick question. Jeff Hardy, United States champion, he can qualify for Money in the Bank. Why can't Seth Rollins? Like, he can be in the topic of it. Why can't Seth? Just saying. All right, so The Miz goes on to defeat Jeff Hardy. It was a really decent match.
I really like this match.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Rushing leg sweep out of nowhere.
The right guy won.
I think it was better than it had any business being.
Hey, they used the ring, like the apron of the ring, pretty well at some point, like the neck breaker thing.
Yeah.
The spot.
The right guy won. Miz won. He kind of didn't necessarily roll him up. He hit him with a I'm forgetting the terminology
Crucifix?
at the moment.
No, it wasn't a crucifix. What's it called?
It's kind of a crucifix.
That's
yeah.
what the game titles it.
Yeah, after the Swanton, Miz, kind of rolls up Hardy and pins him and steals a win. I'm excited. Qualifies for Money in the Bank. Then we have the bar. They cut a promo and
Pancakes.
Sheamus has pancakes and he's eating bootios. And
Yes, there were pancakes in their gear bag, even though their gear was hanging up behind them.
Makes no sense. Makes
Doesn't
no
have any
sense.
logic, okay?
And then when they poured it out, there's no gear in the with the pancakes.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
just
right.
continuity. Throw some knee pads or some boots in there or something. I mean,
Some
come on.
athletic tape.
It ain't that hard.
Why don't you put
A judo gi. I don't know.
pancakes inside the boots and the knee pads?
Okay, Shinsuke Nakamura has a promo.
He
Yeah.
doesn't speak English, sir.
Well, he did speak a lot of English here.
Yeah.
He like, it's a miraculous. Maybe like, when he like hit his head or something.
Maybe all
and
those
he
low blows.
Finally remembered how to speak English. It was a miracle.
Just
Yes.
like I don't know how to speak English.
A Memorial Day miracle.
Yes. All right, Charlotte goes on to defeat Peyton Royce to qualify for the women's Money in the Bank.
She's winning it.
I
That's my pick.
kind of wanted Peyton to win. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of did.
Not Charlotte.
A character like that in one of these types of matches would have been interesting to see, but the Queen prevails as always.
Talk about enhancements. You want to insinuate that Alexa Bliss had enhancements. Charlotte's enhancements have
She's always looked like that.
has run into some issues apparently. Apparently, one of them ruptured. She has to get some surgery.
Oh yes.
So watch out for those enhancements.
Yeah. Well,
You don't want to get like stuff leaking into your chest, and
Yeah.
it's no bueno.
You can't be doing all these chops. You gotta be careful. Gotta protect some stuff.
Protect the moneymakers.
All right. Yes, you're right.
I'm not even gonna get into this.
All right. Cesaro
It's news.
defeats Xavier Woods.
Good for him. And then it sets up the Money in the Bank qualifying match for a tag team match, and one of the people from the thing, they get in the match. So I mean, so this kind of, we want a tag team ladder match, and then one of the if you put the New Day in, are you gonna have one of the people from the New Day plus the other 2 people from the New Day in the tag team match?
Yeah. Like how does that see? Already, like how would that work?
Because I mean, especially if the bar wins, you're already taking out probably the top 2 or 3 tag team in the company, and not going to be in there. That's why I don't think the tag team ladder match is going to happen.
It doesn't need to happen. All right, AJ Styles has a promo with that nice little cut on his face.
It looks like a kissy face on him.
Yeah.
Sounds like he got the vacuum, put the hose right here.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, that's what I do to get fake
he
hickeys.
puts it other places. All right, moving on. So, Mandy Rose, she gets her own entrance. She gets her own theme. And she looked, I don't have the soundboard ready, but she looked nice.
Cue the zipper sound effect, you dirty...
Whoa. Top sports analysts use it. I can use it. It's all right.
Okay, what's a top sports analyst that uses it?
Shout out Brian Campbell in this corner, CBS Sports. All right.
Never heard of him.
Mandy Rose goes on to...
My boy Wade Keller never uses it. Or Dave Meltzer.
Meltzer's trash.
Whoa.
Hey, I'm not a coward. I don't use numbers. I use grades. All right. Moving on.
That makes no sense.
Mandy Rose.
You gonna tell that to his face at the Cow Palace?
Oh, of course.
Hey, Meltzer.
Bring him right up to me.
Meltzer,
Mandy Rose goes on to defeat Becky Lynch.
Give me that Becky, and Becky lost. I don't know
Again,
what they're doing with my girl Becky.
She's the female Dolph, bro.
I mean, they do the backstage segment of Paige banning Sonya from ringside, which would make sense of Becky winning because the heels, heels are not supposed to be as good as baby faces and beat them clean. But yet Mandy did it here, and Mandy coming out with their Mr. Krabs meme entrance, with the whole, the Mr. Krabs meme.
Yeah.
I did think that was funny. Shout out to King Ross for saying that.
King Ross, yes.
But
I think
anywho, I don't know what they're doing with my girl Becky. Becky, as I say for Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch could be the top face in the women's division.
Ever should have just sent her to Raw, honestly. You got Charlotte.
And
you got Asuka in the roster too. So
Charlotte's all right, but I just don't think Charlotte connects as a babyface as well as Becky.
Ever since Becky went through that table, losing her title to Alexa, it's just been downhill. But going with Mandy Rose, I think Vince finally found the thing he's been looking for, kind of like the really pretty Emelina type character. It didn't really work with Emma because of like the accent or whatever. Didn't work with Lana because she's not that great in the ring.
But Mandy Rose is.
I mean, honestly,
bring Emma back.
She's probably better. I'm not gonna lie. Mandy Rose is probably
Emma back though.
Tenille is not coming back anytime soon. All right, so the main event, another qualifying match. I was kind of shocked actually. Rusev, he goes over Daniel Bryan to qualify for Money in the Bank. How do you feel about this?
This means Daniel Bryan is leaving WWE.
Can we see a possible Bullet Club?
They're jobbing him out.
It's one loss.
I don't know, but they did make the excuse for he had the Saudi Arabia match, he had the Big Cass beatdown, and that's the reason why he lost.
He lost to a super kick. I was like,
I mean, Daniel Bryan, he's already a small guy and he's an underdog. I don't really like Daniel Bryan losing clean all that often. You have Aiden English there. You can do something, but they just kind of told the story of Daniel Bryan body breaking down, which I don't think that's the best story to tell, especially with his real life scenario going on.
Yeah, you can't be doing stuff like that. You just can't.
I mean, they're kind of straddling the. I mean, he's obviously fine. I mean, last week they said he wasn't cleared, but he had a match the same day. So, I mean, obviously he is fine, but
he wasn't fine after last week's match, though.
No Big Cass on the show. Apparently, Big Cass has some heat because he beat down the little person even when he wasn't supposed to. That's what my sources tell me.
He just went off the script and beat him.
Yeah, he was only supposed to give the big boot, but instead he gave him the extra stomping of mud holes. And the little person. But anyways.
It's David versus Goliath.
Daniel Bryan, I don't know what they're doing with him. I will wait and see. Wait and see. I mean, Money in the Bank's a heel thing anyways. I don't think Daniel Bryan would have won anyways. But
Daniel Bryan wins the title at SummerSlam. Miz cashes in on Bryan.
Oh, not again. That already happened once before.
Hey, it's not a bad booking idea, though.
My heart can't take that again.
Hey, I love D. Bryan, but it'd just be the perfect Miz thing to do.
My heart can't take Daniel Bryan losing
I agree with him
SummerSlam
for
again.
once. It's not a bad idea.
It's really good if you really think about it.
I mean, the guy debuted in NXT and mistreated him like
they have
crap.
a whole history together.
I know, that's why.
Daniel Bryan beat him for the United States Championship. They could run that back, honestly, if they wanted to do something like that. But I think Miz cashing in on Bryan for the world title is a better idea.
When Miz was D-Bry's
pro in NXT,
was he the WWE champion at the time?
No, he was the United States champion.
Oh, okay.
And then they had the match at Clash Champions, whatever.
I thought it was Bragging Reds. No, it wasn't Bragging Reds. The pay-per-view was like, almost 8 years ago.
Was it? Damn.
Yeah.
2010. Damn.
All right, well, moving on. Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got? Who do you got?
Because I forgot to watch the end of the talk.
Night of Champions 2010. I was right.
There you go. Keep
Boom.
going.
All right, so because I forgot to talk, I finished New Japan's show last week, and didn't mention it at all.
I mentioned it last week.
Yeah, it's already been said.
Not the Kenny Omega versus Okada part. We left that out.
Well, anyways.
We just talked about Tanahashi versus Okada, not what happened afterwards.
And that 47-year-old beaten down poor Naito.
You're right.
Shout out Jericho.
I mean, but like, ain't
Gotta go to Hot Topic this week.
Suzuki's older than Naito, than Jericho though.
Okay, who's your Superstar Spotlight?
Okada and Omega. Just setting up for
It can only be one.
Okada then for calling out Omega.
Like paper champion. All right.
Just like this.
You know, if he beats Kenny at Dominion, he will be the longest reigning Japanese champion ever. Out of all the different promotions, All Japan, New Japan, Noah, every single one, Okada will be the longest reigning
He's
Japanese
at 12 right
champion
now.
ever.
But who's left after Omega? Jericho?
I don't know.
At the Cow Palace?
I mean, Omega.
G1 special?
I'm gonna sell those tickets and go to All In. All right.
All In's cheaper though.
Tickets go on sale this Sunday. You gonna get them?
They're cheaper. Way cheaper.
All right. My Superstar Spotlight. I'm gonna give it to Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor qualifying for Money in the Bank, getting a little resurgence up in his career. I dig it. I like Balor. You know, the guy's so over. You know, Finn forever, whatever his Twitter says. I enjoy it. I really do. You know, Finn Balor. He's gonna have I think he's gonna shine bright, like a diamond in that Money in the Bank match.
I'll go with Kevin Owens. I've already said it. He made Braun Strowman look like $1 million.
He did.
I mean,
For
Braun
overselling, too?
Strowman. I mean, I've kind of said it before. Maybe he's kind of a one-note gimmick. Maybe eventually people start turning on him. Maybe Kevin Owens turns babyface, and we can get a Braun Strowman Kevin Owens match with the roles reversed. And I think that could be a fantastic match. I mean, this match was great by itself, but I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a Kevin Owens Braun Strowman feud either way, heel or babyface, whoever it is.
It could.
Yeah.
All right. Brandon, what's your promo pick of the week?
So, my promo pick of the week. Everyone's talking about Roman Reigns turning heel, and we've talked about some of his heel promos he's done at NXT. But someone who might turn heel, he's had some speculation over the last couple weeks and months, is Finn Balor. So, Finn Balor was a heel in the Bullet Club because, you know, the Bullet Club was originally supposed to be a heel faction, which we don't know. I mean, they're just the Bullet Club at this point. But anyways, go out and type up Finn or Fergal Devitt promo, Prince Devitt promo, and I can see you guys are so intrigued with my pick, but go out there and Finn Balor's cussing up a storm and he's beating up Asian people. It's amazing.
Why don't you just pick Y2J instead of that?
I'm trying to be...
Throwing tables at and ripping newspaper reporters' camera off of them.
But we've already seen Jericho do that before. People don't see this. Finn Balor's always smiling. He's always happy.
Dive in the archive, man.
He's taking pictures of his cute little
Come on.
nephew.
That's what we like to do.
Yeah. So go out there and see Finn Balor throw out some F-bombs and Carl Anderson shooting some Asian guy in the nuts.
With his hot Asian wife. All right, match pick of the week. My boy Keith Lee. Since all the rumors of him being WWE bound, I thought I'd like to dive into the YouTube archives and see what I could dig up, and I found something good. Keith Lee versus an NXT prospect, Donovan Dijak, at Beyond Wrestling, August 11th, 2017. It was nice. I'm not going to tell you who went over because you need to go watch the match to find out. It was decent. It was hard hitting. There was some explosiveness on Keith Lee's part. Some nice hard hitting strongman stuff by Dijak. I really enjoyed it. It was nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Twitter at BulletCast, YouTube channel The BulletCast, Instagram The BulletCast, Facebook BulletCast. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, 99.9 FM KW in Watsonville. We are on Player FM if you listen to podcasts over there. I just found that out. And, yeah, any closing remarks, guys?
How do you guys feel about the new Bone Soldier?
Best of Super Junior's coming up. I haven't seen him in an Impact or anything like that, but what's his face? I'm excited to see a new addition to the Super Juniors. I mean, we've kind of seen everybody. Flip Gordon going to be in Best of the Super Juniors.
Flip, yeah.
And Chris Sabin. So
Chris 4.
I have to watch it now. I love Chris Sabin.
So Best of Super Juniors coming up, I think, starting next week.
Yeah, next Friday.
It's going to be good.
All right.
Probably going to see Bone Soldier against Ospreay at the Dominion show.
All right. That sounds nice.
That might be the ending. No, wait, no. Yeah, you're right.
You heard it here first.
Yes. Go on the YouTube or wherever you listen to our podcast. You know, I did an interview with El Guerrero, former heavyweight champion over at Big Time Wrestling, and we talked ring psychology, a whole bunch of other stuff. It was a great time. It was a good listen. My top 5 that I do with the King of the Hill, Chris. You can listen to those that we have done, and we're doing another one this Sunday. Our usual Roman report will be on there, up with some other stuff. So it's going to be a good time.
Roman report.
The Roman report. How's he doing? Is he? Are we getting some progress, or is he kind of going back, or is it just not working?
Who needs the Roman report? Give him the Rollins report.
We talk. Oh, that talk show segment was
Monday,
funny.
Rollins report.
Or the
Alright.
or the Raleigh report.
I don't like Mojo Rawley.
All right. Or the Repo Man report.
And they had at the start of the match they had JoJo and Mojo Rawley. So you had Mojo JoJo in the ring.
Oh, I'm taking
it was
this
amazing. Mojo JoJo.
All right, guys. This has been it. Goodbye and good night. Bang.